What is happening, YouTube? All right. So, not sure who all watches UFC, and sorry if you hear the birds. We got birds now. They're adorable. We'll talk about that later on another episode. So, today's episode of the Top Hat Guy Show, we are going to talk about the UFC fight, though. Whoop whoop! All right. So, so. I've never done a whoop whoop on the channel before. That's my first whoop whoop. All right. So, I want to first talk about the King fight, okay? Because that was phenomenal. So, I didn't watch all of the before fights and stuff. I think I started around probably 9:30, maybe 9, somewhere around there. I want to say my first fight that I probably tuned into was the Whitaker fight, I think. Maybe the King fight. Which one came first? I can't remember. Either way. Anyways, King fight stood out the most for me. By far. Like, other than another fight that we'll get to in just a second. But, so, just, like, at first I was like, oh man, he's getting, like, he was getting beat up a bit, but, like, I mean, then I was talking to my buddy the whole fight, because we was playing the game while I was watching it, and, well, I was like, is this guy a zombie? Because, like, and zombies are people who can just continue to take headshots or just body shots. Just take vicious blows and keep on walking like a freaking zombie. Hence term zombie, right? So, anyways, I was like, is this guy a freaking zombie? And he was like, you don't really know who King is? I was like, not really, no. Like, I mean, I've heard a little bit of him, but I've never really seen much of his fights. And he was like, yeah, dude, he's an animal. Like, he's a monster. I was like, okay, all right. And I was like, well, he's getting monstered up right now. And then, like, I swear, the second I said that, he just started. And, like, I also gotta say, guys, like, the fact that, like, I keep saying like, I'm sorry, guys, but, like, he just, so, anyway, he came back. He comes straight back and just completely dominates the last bit of the fight, to the point where it's got down to the very last second, to the point where I thought it was moving on to the next round. I think the other fighter thought it was moving on to the fucking next round, right? Because it was the last second of that round, and they called it. It got called, and I was like, at first I was like, dang, dude, he was saved by the bell. I literally said to my friend that he got saved by the bell. And then then in the sequence, of the losing sequence walk for the opponent kind of thing, rather than, he was acting like he lost rather than going to his corner and resting. I was like, wait a minute. No, it's over. It is over. It was, oh my God. It was just, I know a lot of people are going to be talking about the main card event, and I wanted to make a video to highlight at least some of the other parts of this fight, this whole show, because it was a good, like Joe Rogan said at the end of it, guys, it was a phenomenal watch. It was. I'm so glad I was still able to tune into it. I'll get into all that maybe in another video as well. But anyhow, I'm so. So, and then there was the Whitaker fight. I can't remember which came first, but I do want to mention the Whitaker fight real fast, because I want to contrast the two. These two are very different type of fights. So, and most people, I'm not going to say most people, most excited kind of people, like not technical, but just want to watch the fighting. Those kind of people are going to definitely enjoy the King fight. Not to say that King fight wasn't technical, because holy fuck, that dude is a beast. He's awesome. Like, but on the other hand, though, the Whitaker fight is a whole different kind of, it was very technical. As I was told, or as I have researched, I'm pretty sure this was Whitaker's first bout in that weight class. And if you don't know much about MMA, go research how they separate it in weight classes. And that's what was so phenomenal about this main card, because of Max going up a weight class just to fight Conor, right? But anyhow, we'll get into that. Excuse me, in just a second. So anyhow, the Whitaker fight was very technical though. This man, he just kind of pieced his opponent up. He pretty much did. And you know, it was because the guy was just, he was just a little too, you know, he was used to his weight class, so he fought at the same speed that he normally would, and that was not going to work against Whitaker, because he was just, I want to compare it to a lot of things right now, but I don't want to get nerdy. I want to, like, I could compare it to a lot of shows that I've watched before as a kid, but I don't want to get freaking like kid nerdy, right? But anyhow, speed against slow strength, sometimes speed is going to come out in the end. And just like in the Whitaker fight, that's exactly what happened. I want to say it just went, I don't know if it ended in a knockout. I can't quite remember if it ended in a knockout or if they just kind of called it, or if it went just all rounds. I was in and out at that time because I was having to take the girls out, my pups. So, but that fight, what I did get to see of it and here and there, it was still very fun to watch. And just more, like, just researching on the more history of the fight was that's what I love to do the most on this, is after fights or before, leading up to the fights, researching what's about, like, the whole history of it, what's the lead up to it, what does this fight mean in the person's career, right? Because, like, that's why tonight was so huge for a lot of people, and we'll get into that in just a second. I guess right now, actually, we'll just go ahead and move on to it. The Paddy fight. All right, so this was insane, guys. I stopped exactly what I was doing, playing the game with my friends and taking care of my soulmate, and I was like, okay, I'm escaping reality, or reality for a moment. This is what my focus was on to, 100%. I'm sorry, everyone else leading before that. And I mean, it's the same for everybody in that room though, because like the atmosphere just changes when Paddy gets in there, guys, and you can see why, dude. Like, he is. There's not a lot of people who can be that. Not even like, he's not even like bad cocky either. He's just very cocky, you know. But like, then he goes in there, and in like 30 seconds, just gets a submit. I mean, I feel like it was a little bit longer than that, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to check the top. But like, it is okay. So let me just break down the whole fight, because it's easy to do. I can do it in like 15 seconds if I can get through it. So intro, phenomenal. Everyone's chanting. Literally chanting Paddy, or singing it, I guess. I don't know which, but it's just, he's, oh my God. But, and then, God, I can't help but feel bad. I can't help but feel bad for the opponent here, because, oh boy, he's a good fighter too. He is. I actually did a lot of research on him today, more so than I did on Paddy. Because, I mean, I already know Paddy Pimbletter's stuff, you know. I watched him come up while I watched O'Malley come up, right? And, man, I really need to shave. Sorry, guys. But, yeah, so watching just Paddy come in there and just jump around and come up and go cheering for his audience and, and just everything. His whole aura, like, he has like that social aura that, like, him acting like that makes you want to act like that, makes you want to jump and, like, just, it's contagious, you know. It's a contagious happy attitude kind of thing. I don't know how else to explain it. You just kind of, he comes in, he's doing all this, and you're just over here like, wah! Everyone's just like, woo! Because he's there to he knows how to put on a show, and it's obvious. He knows his sport too. Like, some people are just entertainers, man. And some people might just need to just go over to WWE because they're so good entertainers and not as much fighters anymore. But like, that is not the case for Patty. This man comes in there, acts so amusing and entertaining, and then he backs it up. Like, he's straight. So his opponent was even told, listen, do not try to take him down. The only way you're going to win this, standing up and boxing it out, right? Maybe a couple, if you get lucky with a good head kick, yeah, of course, get it. But otherwise, do not let him take you down. And what does he do? He goes straight for a takedown in like the first 15, 20 seconds of the fight when he gets up to near, when he's just forced up onto the cage, and boom. Patty gets him, just wraps him up like a tortilla, and and it's gone. It's over. I'm like, that fast, that simple. I can't really even it looks like he's going for a go to plata, but or maybe I thought he was going to go for like a triangle or like an armbar or something. But then he just continued to wrap him up, and I was like, oh shit. And I was just like, oh shit. And then it was called, and I was like, oh shit! So yeah, it was phenomenal. I was blown away. I was like, what? No! What? No! My friend was like, if you say that one more time. All right. So yeah, that was phenomenal part of the night. So fun, so much fun. Now when we get into this next one, I'm gonna tell you how I thought it was gonna go. I'm gonna tell you who I was supporting, and I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on it. And I know neither of the fighters are ever gonna see this video, but I'm still gonna send a message for them anyways. So first off, if you didn't know, Conor McGregor was coming back after 5 years, and after, from breaking both his leg with his last fight with Dustin Poirier, and then his toe in training, like 3 weeks or so, close to that range, from fighting Michael Chandler. I'm pretty sure it was Chandler that was, yeah. And so, and if you don't know anything about Max Holloway, I keep saying his name a little wrong sometimes. I'm sorry, Max. But do your freaking research, because the he's awesome. He's like, I don't know if if other people call him a legend, but I'm calling him a legend, okay? Like, that bout with Gaethje, holy shit. Like, I wish I talked about MMA on this channel a little longer, because longer than just this being the first video, because that bout with Gaethje, I wanted to talk about on here for weeks. Just talk about the knockout, because like, them both get in the middle. If you haven't seen it, go watch. Like, I don't even care if you finish this video. Go fucking watch that video. Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. Go watch it. You're gonna have a good time. A better time than just watching me talk about fights. I'm sorry. I love this channel, but it's phenomenal, guys. Come back if you want to. I would love for you to come back, but go watch that video. So anyways, for those who have watched the video already and have been cultured in the good old MMA world, good for you, first off, because you've seen some good entertainment. For Max to, like, I can't remember which one pointed in the middle, but one of them pointed in the center of the octagon, like, we're settling this in the last 15. There's the clap after 10, 15 seconds before the round's about to end. So they just duked the, like, I'm talking there, and then Max just out of nowhere, knocks Gaethje out, man. Just, oh, fuck. So good. So that's what, that was the last huge spectacle from Max that I can quite remember. He's done a couple of things. Justin Gaethje won his fight in the White House card. I'm gonna go on record and say right now what I said about this fight. What I said before everything happened. I said the winner needs a Gaethje rematch or a Gaethje fight. The winner should fight Justin Gaethje. That would be phenomenal to watch Max refight him, to watch Conor fight him if he came back and was ready and everything. One like that would either fight would be either fighter in that scenario winning would be absolutely phenomenal. Oh man, I kind of want to see a Max and Patty fight too, though. Like, like if I was Dana White, I would have gone with both those fighters the second Conor walked out of that octagon and would have been like, hey, no money, but for the fans, would you two get in there and control this for me? That's what I would have done. That's what a lot of people wish would have happened that paid money there, man. I'm saying, I know that's a hard ask. That is. Like, they both got their money for the night. Give everyone the main card that they want, that they deserve. But I mean, we can now, I guess, ask for this now, I guess. So, in a business standpoint, they can get paid for that fight now too. So I get it. I know money. I'm just saying, like, that would have been phenomenal. That would have been how to save an event. That's all I'm saying. And I think you should always have some contingency plans when dealing with something this large. That's just me, though. So now, talking like that, you're like, oh fuck, what happened if you never saw it? Although I doubt you're clicking this video and haven't heard what's already happened, right? So I've talked all mine about Max. I think we know where I sat with Max. I think we know where I sat with this fight after I talked about Max. But let me talk about Conor a minute. I want to first go off on record in saying who my favorites are in MMA. My top favorite of all time, Anderson the Spider Silva, boys. Yeah, I'm a Silva fan. I always will be. I know how he went out. I don't fucking care. He was the man. He will always be the man. All right, George St. Pierce. Next one. Easy choice. All right, easy choice. After the White House card, Gaethje, 100%. He moved up so many. He was 7, he was about like 6 or 7. He moved up. It is just that. All right. I want to say Stone Cold has to be next. I do. I really do. And then after that, the McGregor era was just so much fun. I have to put him on the list. I have to. He has changed the game. I don't agree with any of what all fighters do in their personal life, but when it comes to the octagon, I can sit here and I can say, listen, these people changed the game. I got to give an honorable mention, because if I don't, some people's going to get mad. My best friend's going to get mad at me. All right? Regardless of the controversy, John Jones has got to be mentioned in this conversation. I'm sorry, guys. He has to be. He has to be. Okay? Absolute fantastic. All these fighters. They are legends. They are of legends. When Volbeat made that song, The Warriors Call, I feel like it was about every single one of these fighters. All right, now to talk about it, I thought going in Max was going to win this. I'm sorry, McGregor, I did. That's just the bottom draw of it all. I thought Max, like, I thought he had it. I thought he was gonna have it. Like, I wanted to, either way, I wanted to see McGregor come back. I did, but I thought Max had it. I mean, after Gaethje, I thought there was nothing impossible for Max. Okay, that's where I stood, and that's why I mentioned that, because that's where I stood. I was like, okay, like, this is gonna be fun. I have no faith here, but this is gonna be a fun bout. I want to see where Conor is now, right? Because it's been 5 fucking years since I've seen that boy fight, and the last time he did, he was doing great until the incident happened. So like, and so this is what happens, right? I'll tell the whole fight, because again, I can explain this just as fast as I can explain Patty's fight. All right, so intros come out, everyone's fucking hyped. The atmosphere is real. I'm talking everybody. Woo! Yes! Yeah! Woo! They're just, everyone's going insane. The walkouts, first, Max comes out, then Conor comes out. Conor has his flag while he's taking off his shoes and everything. Like, he holds it up until the very last second that he has to put it away. Gets in. They both look like adrenaline's pumping, like it's ready to go. Max looks I'm not gonna lie, Max looked like he was looking through Conor right before that started. Like, he was fixed. Which is crazy, because the very first move Conor does, I guess he didn't notice this, because if he did, the last thing you want to do is charge an opponent if you know he is locked on to you, man. But Conor does anyways. He charges and does a jumping, spinning like crazy flying kick, and lands on, like, with his left foot kick landing on his right leg. And when he lands, he lands on it wrong, and you can see it looks like he overextended his kick reach, because Max saw it coming, so he immediately was like, oh shit, okay. Like, all right, just, in Elden Ring, when you just kind of jump backwards. Yeah, that was practically what he did. He was just immediately, okay. And so with the overextension, he fucked up his knee immediately. Then not 3 seconds later, because he, I guess, missed the first one, he was like, fuck, I gotta show, I don't know what he was thinking here. I don't know. But anyways, he throws another kick. And once that one's finished, and also I don't think really contacts very well. I think he's blocked, honestly. And after that, he stumbles, right? And as soon as he stumbles, I'm pretty sure this is where he falls down, and they do a little grappling. And then after a little bit of grappling, Max notices that Conor is hurt. And that's where we get Max actually tells us later on. He said, Max is like, dude, should we stop the fight? And then he's like, and Conor just shouts, no, fight, let's come on, man. So he says, okay, well, let's get up then. So they get up, back to their feet. Elsa's seeing something in her crate. I'm so sorry, guys. Anyways, okay, I don't see anything, so I'll check it out in just a second. Here, guys, let me pause this. Sorry about that. Had to check on my furry children there. My dog was going in her crate, and I had to make sure she was okay. Nothing was in there. Anyhow, so back into it. So they get back to their feet. Conor and Max about to duke it out again. I want to say Max targets his leg a little bit, hits it a couple of times. Because, I mean, if you're fighting someone, they say they still want to continue fight, you're going to target their weakness. If you don't know, you know now. Now you know. So, Max kicks it a couple of times. Conor tries to do a swing, but is coming off balance. You can tell because the knee, it takes, you use your legs as a base when you go through a swing. If you didn't know that, now you know. All right, so he swerves a little bit. They kind of, Max looks up at the ref. The ref is like, keep on going, man. And then Conor tries to go in and then stumbles. And as soon as he stumbles, ref calls it. That was the fight. That was it. It was all because of that flying kick at the very beginning. I keep saying the U word there. I'm so sorry. There was there was both silence. There was a lot. There was a lot. I want to say, just from my initial watching it, to watch Conor kind of just right after he hugged Max, he like bent down, and it looked like he was just, you could tell in that moment he was just broken. Because who wouldn't be, right? Like who wouldn't be when this happens in their 5-year comeback? Like, feelings aside for how you feel about the man, put yourself in the perspective for a moment and just understand that on its own right. Just, it's a whole different level of fuck, right? And so that, in the end, is just what kind of angered most people, really, is how that was the conclusion of it all. They didn't get to see Conor. One second, guys. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that, guys. I have to, I have dogs. They need tended to. I got to take care of them. They come first before the video. I'm so sorry. I know. Got to take care of the creatures that you promised to take care of, and all that, regardless if you birth them or if you adopt them, right? So anyhow, that is how that fight ended, though, and I know it sucks. Everyone was just kind of shocked, but again, you got to feel for both of the fighters, because you got to know where they both were in this fight. And like, again, Max moved up for this, right? He wanted to prove that he can fight in this weight class against one of the biggest names in the weight class. So we also need to take that in consideration. Like, that's why he immediately calls for a trilogy right after the fight. He's like, hey, I guess I had him weak at the knees, but in all seriousness, like, for real though, this just means we have a trifecta, a trilogy. Let's go for it. Let's get that money. That's pretty much exactly what he said. And I mean, Conor has one contract left in the UFC. He's gonna have to heal from this, and who knows what this injury, like how severe this injury is yet. But like, the biggest thing that people's probably most worried about is Conor gonna be ready for it? And to that, here's my message to Conor. Even though I know he's never gonna see this, I know Max is never gonna see this, most MMA fighters are never gonna see this video, but message anyways is very, very simple, man. If you want to come back, like, if you really want to fight because you love to fight. Don't fight for the money. Don't fight for your pride, because in the end, none of that matters. It's the passion. If you don't have a passion for the sport, man, you're not going to get in that octagon and be happy. And if you're not happy fighting, then what are you doing? What are you doing it for? The money? Because like, people can say he's got the money, but if you love money, you want more money. I get it. Again, I understand money. Okay, I do. But like, I promise you're gonna appeal to people more by just having the passion for the fight. That's what people what people who love MMA love to see in the end. It is. That's what they do. That's what it is. After that, I would like to say a message to Max. I'm sorry that this is how that you've proven yourself in this weight class went, man. I want to tell you right now, though, you have nothing to prove. You have nothing you have to prove to us. We know you're a beast, all right? We know you are a badass, dude. Go spend time with your family. We'll be here when you get back. You love the ones you love, man. We love that about you. I mean, we'd love to see human beings spending time with their family, right? Like, whenever you're ready, come back and fight whoever the fuck you feel like fighting, man. That is what it is. You're an amazing fighter. Everyone loves to watch you. Keep having fun, man. Keep kicking ass. That's all I gotta say about you. If it's not Conor next, if you don't get a Conor trilogy, listen, man, it's okay, because you already have proven yourself to us. I want you to know that. Again, I doubt you'll ever see this, but I want you to know that anyways. I put it out in the universe, I guess. I don't fucking know. All right. So that's about all I have for this show today. Crazy. It was crazy. It was absolutely insane. There's so many memes out of it, and I feel awful that we live in a. So that was the word. That was the thing I said the most. And right when I saw it happen, I was talking about, because me and my friend, we both watched it, and what I said to him the second it was over was, dude, the worst part about this is the internet is going to destroy, just go crazy over Conor on this one, and he doesn't, like, I don't think he deserves that right now, or period. Like, definitely not right now. Like, there's no. You guys are fucking, like, human beings, man. Y'all are fucking brutal. Y'all like to kick people when they're fucking down and cheer when they're up. Like, God, why? Why? Just let them deal with this shit. Like, oh my goodness. And comedians are comedians are the worst about it, because they'll fight against, they'll use freedom of speech as an excuse. Which yeah, you can say whatever fucking joke you want, but dude, have some there's no respect in comedy, guys. God. That's why I hate the comedy scene. I would never become a comedian, because anything is free game. And because, I don't want it to be otherwise, but there's certain things you just don't say, man. or shouldn't anyways. I'm not saying you just don't, because illegally you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want. I know nobody agrees with that, actually, but I do. I agree. You should be able to reveal the monsters in your society. Let them reveal themselves, man. That's all I'm saying. Let people reveal themselves to you. Don't make it illegal to reveal them. That's a slippery slope you don't want to go down. Now, obviously, there's going to be people who just hide who they are if they're awful human beings anyways, but in this society, it's very more common that they just speak their mind. And I like to know if someone's crazy. So, I mean, let's keep freedom of speech. But with that, guys, why do we just, as a collective society, always just kick people when they are down? Y'all are just so brutal. it's God. I don't even. It's true. That's my thoughts on it. Only thing else I would say for Conor McGregor is everyone just needs to send him the video of Edward Elric talking to that girl in that chapel when in like the very first episode, where he just says, "You have two legs, get up and use them. Whenever you heal, brother, just keep walking. Regardless of what comes your way, what adversities come your way, you just gotta keep fighting, because, I mean, somewhere in history, someone has faced the worse adversity than you. So why not try keep fighting? Why not prove to the universe? Like, don't prove to yourself. Don't prove to other people. Prove to the motherfucking universe. I'm worth being here. I'm worth being known, or I'm worth something to this universe. That's my message for the day. thank you all for joining me today at the Top Hat Guy Show. This was insane. I have so much more to talk about. I'm actually going to make a whole channel dedicated to all my animals, because I have just great ideas there to just show awareness for endangered animals and use my animals, my animals' cuteness to increase that awareness, right? Y'all love animals. I love animals. Y'all love my dogs. I'm free to use my dogs in order to spread awareness to help endangered animals. Okay, I think that's a great use of the love of my animals. And I mean, I don't treat them bad, and I'm not going to overuse them in social media or whatever. I don't know, you know. If I could get more views by just using my dogs and to spread good awareness for some that really deserves your attention, by all means, I'm for it. If y'all want to cancel me for that, then I don't know, fuck. Anyhow, that's all for today. Y'all have a wonderful time and keep kicking ass.